In this video, we're going to look at an example question where we have to use the Hungarian algorithm to create an optimal assignment. Now, the first thing we notice about this question is that there are 5 people, Ali, Bo, Chaz, Dee and Eve, and 4 teams. So for the Hungarian algorithm, we need the same number of rows and columns in our table. Here we have 5 columns and only 4 rows. So we have to, as part A says, we have to add an extra row of values to make the table, in this case a 5 by 5 table. So the way to do that is just choose the biggest value in the table, that's 26, and add a new row that just contains that number repeated. We're going to put 26, 26, 26 repeated at the bottom. Okay, so that's the first step. Now for part B, we're told to reduce columns first. So to reduce columns, what we do is in each column, we find the smallest number and subtract it from all the other numbers. So the smallest number in the first column is 16. So we're going to subtract 16 from 16, we get 0. Subtract 16 from 22, we get 6. 16 from 21, we get 5. 20 minus 16 is 4, and 26 minus 16 is 10. So that's the first column reduced. We'll do the same for the second column. The smallest number in the second column is 19. So let's subtract that from each value. 19, 21 minus 19 is 2, 3, 2, 7, so on. The third column, the smallest number is 18, so we're going to subtract that. 18 minus 18 is 0. 20 minus 18 is 2, 5, 3, and 8. Third column, now the smallest number is 21. So 25 minus 21 is 4, 26 minus 21 is 5, 21 minus 21 is 0, 23 minus 21 is 2, and 26 minus 21 is 5. Then finally, the smallest value in the last column is 20. So 24 minus 20 is 4, 5, 4, 0, and 26 minus 20 is 6. So that's the first step. We have reduced columns first. Now we're going to do the same, but we're going to reduce rows. So we're going to look in each row, find the smallest value, and subtract that value from all the other values in that row. Now in the first row, the smallest value is a 0. So we're just going to take 0 away from all the values in the first row. Well, that's pretty easy. That doesn't change the row at all, does it? So we still get 0, 0, 4, 4. The second row, the smallest value is 2. So let's take 2 off each row. So 6 minus 2 is 4, 2 minus 2 is 0, 2 minus 2 is 0, 5 minus 2 is 3, and 5 minus 2 is 3. Third row, the smallest value is 0, so again, that's subtracting that away from the row will not change anything. The fourth row, we have a 0 again, so subtracting that will not change anything. 0. And now 10, 7, 8, 5, 6, the smallest value is 5. So take that away, 10 minus 5 is 5, 7 minus 5 is 2, 8 minus 5 is 3, 5 minus 5 is 0, and 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay, so now we've done a now we've done the row reduction, and we notice we have zeros in every row and every column. At this step, though, we can see that we have to look at what's the minimum number of horizontal and vertical lines we can use to cross out all the zeros. And it's quite clear that we can cross out all the zeros by just using 4 lines. Okay, and as this is a 5 by 5 table, yet we are able to cross out all the zeros with only 4 lines, then we don't at this stage have an optimal assignment. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of modify this table by looking at the values that we haven't crossed out. So that's this box here. Okay, so we are going to find the smallest value in that box. In that case, that's the 2, and we're going to subtract that. We're going to subtract that 2 from all the values that haven't been crossed out, and we're going to add that 2. So this is the smallest value that hasn't been crossed out. We're going to subtract that from all the values that haven't been crossed out, and we're going to add it to all of these values that are crossed out twice. So the values that are crossed out twice are these ones that I'm going to circle in yellow here. So I'm going to add 2 to the yellow ones, and I'm going to subtract 2 from the ones in the red box. And everything else is going to stay the same. So we still have 0, I'll go back to blue. We still have 0, 0, 0. And then the yellow ones, remember, we're adding 2 to. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Next line, these first ones, nothing's changing. And then the yellow ones, we're going to add 2 to, so we get 5 and 5. Now the red box, we're going to subtract 2 from these, so we get 3, 1, 3. I'll just do the red box first. We get 2, 0, 1, and we get 3, 0, 1. And then the other ones don't change because they're not, they're crossed out just once. 0, 1. Okay. And now if we look at this table, there's no way to cross out all the zeros without using 5 lines. So we've actually got an optimal assignment. And all we have to do is we just have to choose 1 0 from each row and each column to be our optimal assignment. So let's just choose, there's multiple ways we can do this, but we can choose this 0 here. We can choose, there's only 1 0. We have to choose that one because it's the only 0 in the first column. We have to choose this one because it's the only 0 in the last column. We have to choose this 0 because it's the only 0 in the third row. And then we have to choose, well, the only way we can choose from the bottom row now is this one. We can't choose this 0 because we've already got a 0 in the fourth column. And then that leaves us with a 0 here. So this is our optimal assignment. And the question says state the, well, we have to work out the minimum training time. So let's see. So the first row, first column. So that means Ali is getting team 1. Second row is the third column. So Chaz is getting team 3. Third row, it's the fourth column. So D is getting team, sorry, I just made that right. So the second row is the third column. So third column is Chaz, second row. So Chaz is getting team 2. Third row, it's D is getting team 3 because D is the column 4, and that's the third row. And the fourth row, we can see it's column E. So this is my optimal assignment, and if I look at these numbers in the original table, A1 is 16, C2 is 20, D3 is 21, and E4 is 20. So the minimum total training time is these numbers added together: 16 plus 20, 36, plus 21 is 57, plus 20 is 77, and these are in minutes.